discuss more about the NHL draft and the experience of being drafted, we are now joined by our college hockey analyst and former NHL draft pick himself, Colby Cohen. Colby, this is a big day for a lot of these young guys. You've been in those shoes before, being drafted 45th overall in 2007 by the Colorado Avalanche. So what's it like to be a young guy at the beginning of your career, getting your name called by a professional team?
Well, I wish that I could go back and remember it a little better. It was so long ago now that it is a little bit fuzzy, but the process of it and sitting there and waiting and seeing your friends get drafted, it's actually a very stressful night for a lot of players. Obviously, there's the guys who go number 1, number 2, number 3. They know where they're going, but for guys who fall in the mid-first round, second round, it is very stressful, but I will tell you, when you do finally hear your name called, it's something that you've dreamt about since you were a little kid, and it is quite a rewarding feeling.
Changes people's lives in just one moment. Now explain to our viewers what the biggest difference is between going to play in college versus playing in a major junior hockey league.
Well, as an 18-year-old going into the draft, there's two options you can do. You're 18. For me personally, I was playing on Team USA. I graduated from high school, and then I went off to Boston University to play college hockey, which was very, very important for my development as a player. It gave me more time to strength train, work on a lot of assets of my game, to practice more days in the gym, whereas the major junior kids, they start at 16, and they go and they play a pro schedule. They play 80 games. They're on buses. They're on airplanes. They're playing weekday games. There's not as much development. There's not as much time to train and to really mature. So, you can make arguments for either way, and both paths work for certain players. But, for me, going to play college hockey was important. The education behind it, representing a university, very important to me, to my family, of course. You're a young kid, you lean on people to help you make these types of decisions.
Now you mentioned you going to Boston University specifically for that development of your skills and obviously propelling you to the next level. But what other factors helped you make that decision to choose BU and choose to play at the collegiate level?
Well, the big word, Jorge, is development. It was going to give me more time to develop before I ever had to worry about going into an NHL training camp. I needed to work on my defensive play. I needed to work on my skating, my strength and conditioning, and playing in college, it gives you that opportunity. I didn't sign a pro contract until I was 21 years old, which is different. Major junior kids sign their contract at 18, and I will tell you the difference for me as a person, as a player, from the years of 18 to 21, what a major, major difference. If you are a kid who is a top-end talent, and you think you're going to make the NHL at 18 years old, then there is nothing wrong with going to play major junior. But you're playing in an older league in college. You're playing against guys that are 23, 24, 25 years old, bigger, stronger, mature men, which I do believe gets you more ready for the NHL.
Now you mentioned you were drafted, however, you didn't sign a pro contract until you were 21 years old. I asked you what it felt like to be drafted. Now I'm asking you, what did it feel like to finally get that development and sign that pro contract?
Well, I do remember the night I signed my first contract, and the irony of it is it was about a 3-week standoff with the Avalanche. I was a junior, so I could go back for my senior year, and we finally came to terms, and we needed a fax machine, and my best friend and I, Kevin Shattenkirk, who's currently on the St. Louis Blues, we actually signed our contracts and faxed them back from our favorite bar on campus, which was called T's Pub, right on Commonwealth Ave next to the arena. So that was a great feeling, signing that contract and, knowing that the next phase of the journey had begun. Because, when you get drafted, it's really just the start of it. It doesn't really mean anything except, okay, now you know who has your rights. That's when all the hard work starts. Then you have to go develop. You have to go make a team. Maybe you have to go play in the minor leagues. So signing that contract was a great, great step and a major accomplishment. And, a lot of people congratulate you and you feel good about yourself, but you don't have a lot of time to feel good about yourself because you sign that contract and the next day you're on a plane going to play.
All right, Colby, quickly, what can we expect from these young players that have decided to go into the collegiate level?
Well, I do think it's a really smart move for these guys. They're going to go into a college level. They're going to learn how to be adults. You learn how to take care of yourself on and off the ice, helps you mature your game. And as a person, you have responsibilities. You go to class. You have to eat healthy in the dining halls. You're away from home. So this going to college, playing a year, 2, 3, 4, whatever a player decides, is very, very beneficial. It really, really develops you as a human and as an athlete. And I will tell you, the biggest surprise for me with this offseason, Jorge, not to jump around on you, is we keep seeing these kids from Boston College who are signing early. We saw another one yesterday, another sophomore. And I got to tell you, there's nothing glorious about signing early and going to play in the minor leagues. So I will say to all of our college hockey players out there, you stay in school as long as you can. The NHL is not going anywhere. But I can promise you that you will miss playing college hockey every day for the rest of your pro career.
Memories that certainly last a lifetime. A lot of young men's lives have changed and will continue to change in the next coming year. Giving us his insight on all things college pucks, he is former NHL defenseman and national champion at BU, Colby Cohen. Thanks, Colby.
Thanks, guys.